Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and warm regards to everyone present. First and foremost, I express my praise and gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for the opportunity granted to me, allowing me to present the outcomes of my thesis proposal. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Professor Dr. Puji Wahono, SAMSI, and Mrs. Nadia Fadila, FSPD, MPD as my supervising lecturers. They have patiently guided and assisted me throughout the preparation of this thesis proposal. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alfi Lutfiani, a student from the Office Administration Education Program. On this occasion, I am honored to present the findings of my thesis proposal titled The Effect of Flipped Classroom Learning Model on the Learning Outcomes of MPL-based Students SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta with Self-Directed Learning. Research background. The position of teachers in the world of education is at the forefront and central to the implementation of the learning process. Therefore, in relation to the performance of teachers, a total commitment and dedication are required as educators who shape human resource. In reality, there are many issues related to the teaching methods perceived by students. One of them is the lack of interactivity among students in learning, where students feel that teachers talk more than they provide opportunities for active participation by students. From the previous explanation, I conducted a pre-research study involving 40 respondents and extracted several statements related to the previous explanation. The first statement is that students find it difficult to explain the material presented by the teacher. Based on the result of the pre-research, 55% of students agreed, 30% were uncertain, and 15% disagreed. It can be concluded that students find it difficult to explain the material previously presented by the teacher. Next, the second statement is that students often face difficulties in understanding learning materials at home. From the above pre-research results, it is shown that 75% of students agreed, 12.5% were uncertain, 10% disagreed, and 2.5% strongly agreed. Hence, it can be concluded that many students often encounter difficulties in understanding learning materials when at home. The last statement is that students feel assisted with digital learning research while studying at home. The pre-research result indicate that many students feel assisted with digital learning research while studying at home, with 65% choosing strongly agree, 27.5% choosing agree, and the rest being uncertain or disagree. Based on the conducted research, there is a need for further study that specifically examines the lost learning outcomes of SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta students. This is necessary to gain a clear understanding of the factor contributing to the low learning outcomes of students. Following the pre-research, I examined the factors influencing students' learning outcomes. The main factors include the learning model, talent, and school environment. Data shows that the learning models, talent, and school environment are the most influential factors, contributing to 21% of learning outcomes. The second factor is motivation at 19%, while interest has a percentage of 18%. Based on the initial observation of these factors, the researcher focus on the learning model variable to investigate its influence on students' learning outcomes. There are various learning models that teacher can use, one of which is the flipped classroom learning model that leverages technology to enhance learning outcomes with student self-directed learning. And then, based on the background of the issues, the researcher can outline the problem to be formulated as follows. First, does the flipped classroom learning model have an influence on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta? And then second, is there an influence between high self-directed learning and low self-directed learning on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta? The last third, is there an interaction between the use of the flipped classroom learning model and self-directed learning on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta? By specifying the formulated issues, this research aims to first to determine the impact of the flipped classroom learning model on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta. Second, to investigate the influence of high and low self-directed learning on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta. Third, to explore the interaction between the use of the flipped classroom learning model and self-directed learning on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta. And then supporting theory, learning outcomes with variable y. Learning outcomes are the results of the learning process that reflect change or developments in students' understanding, skill, and behavior after they have engaged in learning activities. Assessment of learning outcomes can be conducted from both the students and teacher perspective, focus on cognitive, affective, and psychomotor aspects. Learning outcomes also serves as indicators of students' success in mastering specific subject matter or field of study. According to Widianto, factors in learning outcomes consist of internal and external factors. Internal aspects refer to factors originating from within each individual, including physiological and psychological elements. Psychologically, this encompasses the overall condition and muscle strength, reflecting the overall body fitness that can influence student motivation and dedication in facing learning materials. Conversely, psychological aspects are crucial factors affecting both the quantity and quality of education, including elements such as intelligence, behavior, talent, attention, and motivation. External factors can be divided into two types: social and non-social environments. Social environments includes the family environment, at home, school, and the community in general. Non-social environmental factors involve considerations such as school building, design, and conditions, home environment, learning materials, prevailing weather conditions, and student study schedules. According to Morin, Fauha, and Rossi, indicators in learning outcomes consist of cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. First, cognitive domain covers aspects such as knowledge acquisition, understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Second, affective domain involves attitudes, values, and beliefs that are integral parts of behavioral change and decision making. Third, psychomotor domain involves the development of practical skills, fine and gross motor skills, and the enhancement of abilities applied in various tasks. Then the flipped classroom learning model as variable X. Flipped classroom is a learning strategy that differs from conventional methods. In this approach, students study the material at home before the class begins, and in class, activities are more focused on text, discussion, or problem solving related to the material that has not been fully understood. This approach combines self-paced online learning with face-to-face classroom interaction and can utilize various teaching methods. The indicators in the flipped classroom learning model, as described by Nasution and Harhab, are detailed as follows. First, students are required to watch a video at home. So teachers provide a YouTube video link for students to study at home. Second, in class learning. During the class, the teacher can divide students into several groups. And then third, facilitating discussion. Subsequently, students can engage in discussion and ask questions to the teacher regarding the watched video. Fourth, conducting quizzes or tests. Teachers can administer quizzes at the end of the lesson to assess how well students comprehend the provided material. Next is self-directed learning as variable Z. Self-directed learning is an individual's capacity to engage in learning independently without external assistance by taking full responsibility for setting goals, determining learning approach, and assessing learning outcomes. This reflects confidence in an individual's ability to complete tasks independently and overcome challenges that may arise during the learning process. Factor effective self-directed learning, according to Sugianto, consists of internal and external factors. Internal factors refer to intrinsic elements influencing a student's learning autonomy. These factors include discipline, self-confidence, motivation, and responsibility. External factors encompass extrinsic elements influencing students' self-directed learning from external sources. These factors include cultural traditions, societal influence, and environmental conditions. Furthermore, indicators of self-directed learning, according to Vivi and Darmawanti, are as follows. First, students are able to present learning materials. And then second, student group learning materials. Third, students solve problem related to the material. Fourth, students provide solution to problems. The next topic for my research is fundamental of office management and business service. Specifically focusing on the sixth element, which is office technology, equipment, and application. Nah, office work encompasses all activity of employees in line with their duties and responsibilities in providing service to organizations or institutions to achieve organizational goals. Here are the types of office equipment and supplies in the workplace. First, type of equipment for typing work. Typing is the most frequently performed task related to document creation and written communication, even sending written messages through mass media, which is almost done every day nowadays. Second, types of equipment for calculating work. This type of work requires tools such as money counting machines and calculators, but digital on and manual. Types of equipment for checking work. Equipment needed for checking includes numbering, dating, labeling, stamping, fingerprinting, laser scanners, thermal guns, CCTV, and other equipment required to inspect various work processes. Fourth, types of equipment for filling work. Equipment used for filling work involves computers, smartphones, external data storage devices such as flash drives, memory cards, disks, and others. Fifth, types of equipment for telephoning work. This type of work requires equipment such as telephones, smartphones, computers, and other electronic media used in direct communication, such as LCD screens, microphones, and other tools. 6 types of equipment for duplicating work. Equipment used for duplicating digital documents includes computer or laptops and smartphones with internet connection and suitable application. Meanwhile, manual document duplication tasks can be done with manual copying machines. 7. Types of equipment for mailing work. The task of sending letters has become more practical and fast due to electronic mail. Office mailing activities are not limited to sending letters but also include sending various documents, a practice now commonly done by almost every office or institution through courier service. Additionally, there are various types of office application, including word processing applications such as Microsoft Word and Google Docs, spreadsheet application including Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, and Lotus 123, and then presentation applications like PowerPoint, Google Slides, and Canva, and then database applications such as Microsoft Access, and then graphic design application like Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, and then scheduling application including Microsoft To Do, Google Keep, and Calendar, correspondence applications such as Microsoft Outlook, Gmail, and Yahoo, web browsing applications such as Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, and others. Okay, first, influence of the flipped classroom, learning model and learning outcomes, research Walidah 2020, variable X, Y, conclusion. Based on the data analysis, it can be concluded that the flipped classroom learning model has an influence on students' learning outcomes. This is attributed to the advantage of the flipped classroom model, where students can independently grasp the concept of the subject matter by watching instructional videos provided by the teacher at home. Second, the influence of the flipped classroom type of blended learning model on students' self-directed learning. A researcher, Abror 2023, variable X and Z. Conclusion, the significant impact on self-directed learning is evident through the implementation of the blended learning model known as the flipped classroom. This impact stems from the unique features of the model, where learning materials are presented online before the actual class session. And then third, the influence of self-directed learning on students' learning outcomes in online learning. Researcher is Wiryani 2021, variable Y and Z. Conclusion, self-directed learning reflects a student's ability to engage in learning activities voluntarily and without external pressure. Self-directed learning plays a crucial role in improving academics learning outcomes. Therefore, the research result indicate a significant positive relationship between self-directed learning and academic achievement. And then the last part, the influence of the flipped classroom method assisted by psychology on student learning outcomes in terms of self-directed learning. The researcher is Najia 2021, variable X, Y, and Z. Conclusion, the research results indicate that there is no relationship between the flipped classroom teaching methods and student self-directed learning in influencing student learning outcomes. This discrepancy may be attributed to students' dishonesty or negligence while filling out the questionnaires. These discrepancies affect the results, which should have shown a connection between the flipped classroom teaching method and students' self-directed learning in determining student learning outcomes at SMP Muhammadiyah 5 Surabaya. And then theoretical framework. The theoretical framework is learning outcomes reflect students' achievement in knowledge, skill, and attitude acquired through the learning process. Learning models such as the flipped classroom, as stated by Anggia 20 and COVID-19, play a crucial role in shaping students' learning outcomes by activating student engagement. Recent research conducted by Fatimah 2022 indicates a positive influence of the flipped classroom learning model on students, self-directed learning, and learning outcomes. However, other studies, Najia 2021, Carlina 2023, and Talib 2022 suggest that the impact of the flipped classroom learning model on learning outcomes depends more on the level of students' self-directed learning. Thus, it can be concluded that the flipped classroom model can be influenced by learning outcomes with self-directed learning. And then based on the problem formulation, literature review, and previous research presented, the hypothesis proposed in this study is as follows. First, the implementation of the flipped classroom learning model has an effect on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta. Second, the study reveals an influence between high and low levels of self-directed learning on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta. Third, there is an interaction between the flipped classroom learning and self-directed learning on the learning outcomes of students in the MPLB program at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta. And then research methods, time and place of the study. The research will be conducted in the second semester of the academic year 2023-2024. The timing of the research is chosen based on consideration, and the period is deemed effective for the researcher to carry out the study. The research will take place at SMK Negeri 16 Jakarta. Research methods. This research adopt a quantitative approach using the quasi-experimental method aimed at assessing the impact of a specific treatment. The study involved two groups, the experimental group and the control group. The experimental group undergoes the flipped classroom learning model, while the control group follow traditional teaching methods. The research design employed in this study is the non-equivalent control group design, which is a type of quasi-experimental research design like the pre-test, post-test control group design. And then population and sample. The population comprises 71 students in the 10th grade of PMPLB, divided into two classes. XMPLB 1 consists of 36 students and XMPLB 2 consists of 35 students. Data collection techniques. Data collection in this study involves the use of learning outcomes, tests, pre-test and post-test, and a self-directed learning questionnaire. And then data analysis technique. Data analysis techniques involve the use of SPSS or statistical package for the social science, comprising tests for normality, homogeneity, and hypothesis. The normality test determines whether the data is orderly or not by evaluating the normality of the examined variables. The Kolmogorov-Smirnov or KIAS test with significance level alpha equals 0.05 is the normality test used in this study. And then the homogeneity test aims to demonstrate the variations between the compared sample are not significantly different. To assess the homogeneity of variations, the Levin test is used with a significance level of 0.05. Hypothesis testing is conducted with the goal of providing evidence supporting The hypothesis that there is a difference in learning outcomes with the self-directed learning of students in the experimental and control groups regarding the implementation of the flipped classroom model. Hypothesis testing can be carried out using parametric statistical tests, namely the paired sample t-test and independent sample t-test. So the paired sample t-test is a parametric test aimed at testing significant mean difference between two related or dependent sample. And then the independent sample t-test is a parametric test that evaluated significant mean difference between two independent or unrelated samples. So that concludes the explanation I have presented regarding the results of this thesis proposal. I would like to express my gratitude for the attention and time given by all attendees. In concluding this presentation, let us always be grateful by saying Hamdalah, Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin, for the blessing and opportunities granted to us. May this proposal receive support and be a good starting point towards a beneficial research journey. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.